sheriff. As voters, you want to know something about the candidate. What he's done, what he stands for, where he's been, what his roots are. I hope to give you a little bit about everything about what I just mentioned. As I said, my name is Victor Cortez, and I'm a second-generation American-Mexican. I like to say American-Mexican because I'm very proud to be an American. My dad came to this country from Mexico. My dad and my mom came and worked from Brownsville all the way to Laredo in the fields. They came here with a third grade education. Very little money, but a strong back and work ethics. I learned from them. I started working when I was very, very young. I started working when I was 8. Shiny shoes, selling newspapers. And as I got older, my dad took us to up north to be a migrant worker. As I grew up here in the valley, and I was born here in 18th and Tyler, where the old auto zone is located. And back then, all that area was nothing but fields, tomato fields and cotton fields. And I picked cotton when I was 8, 10, 12 years old. And that's when my dad got the idea of going up north to work in the sugar beet fields in Colorado and the pickle fields in Michigan. We were called migrant workers, and we would come to school late, and they usually put us in low grades. I didn't want to be in the low grades, and I didn't want to be labeled as a migrant worker. I worked hard. Every time the teacher had a question, I was the first one to raise my hand to answer that question. And I went from 7-1 to 7-13, the highest grade. I've always maintained a good absentee present in school. I was never sick. I always went to school. I had a perfect attendance. As growing up in this barrio back here, between Veterans Bridge and Gateway Bridge, that barrio was known as Los Tomates because of the fields I just told you about. But the gang members there had a different name. That area was called La 421. And if you know that people that are from Brownsville, that was a very rough area. There were drug traffickers, violence, drugs, gangs. And growing up, I had to run, jump, and dodge these people. Drugs, gang members, and the likes. How I got into law enforcement is I attended East Brownsville School, now known as Longoria. Longoria was our principal, very outstanding man. Growing up, running, jumping, and dodging drugs, gangs, and gang members, I became a pretty good athlete throughout my school years. And when I was in high school, junior high and high school, I played basketball, football, track, and I always excelled. Little did I know that was going to help me in my law enforcement years. As I said, a police officer came to school, to my school in elementary, and he taught us about what a police officer does. And from then on, I wanted to be a police officer. Today, I'm living my dream. I'm a Vietnam veteran, U.S. Army Vietnam veteran. I'm a former Brownsville police officer. I'm a former U.S. Border Patrol agent. I'm a retired DEA agent. After I retired from the DEA, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Office of Internal Affairs approached me and gave me 4 years to come and set up their Internal Affairs office in McAllen, Texas. I not only helped and assisted in setting up their Internal Affairs office, I became the supervisor of that office. After those 4 years were up, I was very fortunate to be recruited by your district attorney, Mr. Luis Sainz, to set up their Internal Affairs office. I not only did that, but I became the chief of the Public Integrity Unit. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron County is one of the fastest growing counties in Texas, population-wise. And it's ranked 13th in Texas. And because of its location, it's unique. It has a coastline and an international border. This makes it unique. No other county in Texas can say that. But because this is a unique area, it also attracts criminals. It attracts transnational crime from the east and from the south. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a full-time sheriff. A sheriff that is efficient. A sheriff that is proactive. A sheriff that can mentor, coach young adults, the department. We need a sheriff that can embrace technology and modernize the department to move it forward and fight spillover, cartel, and other crimes in our county. Ladies and gentlemen, I am that candidate. With a combination of education, training, and experience to be next step, to modernize the department and move it forward. As a DEA agent, I have been assigned outside the United States, fighting crime, fighting corruption, fighting drugs throughout South America, Central America, the Caribbean, Mexico, and Southeast Asia. Having worked international with federal, state, and local, I understand that it's important to be a team effort in law enforcement. I also understand that cooperation among agencies is very important, paramount to the mission of law enforcement. And I believe I can bring these agencies together. Here in Cameron County, we have different agencies. And I've been in most of all those agencies, federal, state, and local. And we need a task force to address this crime, whether it's spillover or transnational. And I believe I'm that man to do it. Theodore Roosevelt, our 26th president, once wrote, "Man in the arena." Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a politician. I've never claimed to be a politician. I'm a professional law enforcement officer, agent, investigator. But today, I'm taking one of the most important steps in my career. To get to be sheriff the vehicle is politics. And I'll do my best to be a politician, but I am a professional law enforcement officer. I feel reading and thinking about men in the arena, about how critics would say about the person. And they've said a lot about me in the newspapers. But I don't care about what they say because they're never going to strip me. They're never going to take my experience, my training, my education, my duty to the country, my duty to God. And I have 2 medals of valor and a Purple Heart to prove it. They're never going to take that away from me. I have served my country, and I'd like to continue to serve it as your next sheriff. And I don't feel a strange feeling coming over me because I've been, in my 43 years of law enforcement and my proven record, I've been there before. I don't feel that strange feeling about critics talking about me. Because I've been there and I've been able to survive it. Just like I've survived a lot of my tragic points in my law enforcement career. I almost gave the ultimate sacrifice in fighting the war on drugs in Mexico. Google my name and you read about it. I'm not going to bore you about it today. But as your next sheriff, I plan to do as much as I can, bringing the federal agencies together and learning from the federal agencies to do something different in our county. Ladies and gentlemen, between now and election time, read about me, learn about me, Google my name. You will read about what I'm about. Together, we will fight crime in Cameron County. With your support, I will be your next sheriff. One more thing before my time is up. I learned that in high school, I learned that I was a conservative very early in life. And I've been a conservative since I was in high school. I've not only been a conservative, but I have contributed to the Republican Party and a member of the Republican Party. And I am, in one of them, a platinum member. I'm very proud of my party. And I hope that I can be your next sheriff. If my time is up, I'd like to answer questions.
We got 1 more minute.
I was just curious. You're running as a Republican right now? Oh my God.
Yeah, this is only for the Republican candidates.
Oh.
We will not have a Democrat come up here and speak.
Because we have those Democrats.
Only when it's a nonpartisan race.
I'm sorry.
So you still have a minute if you wish to wrap it up or you wish to be asked questions.
Let me think about it for those 2 minutes.
You're down to 1.
I believe I've said everything that I needed to say. I hope that you take your time, read about me, learn about me, and make your decision. Your decision is very important to us, to both me and the opponent. Learn about both of us and make your best decision. That's all we ask.
Time's up. And I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Who did you serve with?